Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and we are going to be playing some more historic best of one action. Final few days in the season, so we're trying to get back into the numbers in Mythic, currently at 97%. And this is a deck that I've been having some fun with this afternoon. 5-1 so far with it. It is a Boros prison deck. So basically we can establish a lock where if our opponent's win condition is damage based, they actually can't beat us. So mono red, goblins, Gruul, these decks, once we establish the prison, cannot beat us in any way. And the way we do this is 2-card combo. Solemnity, 3 mana enchantment, players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. And 9 lives. So if we were to be dealt damage, instead you put for each source you put a counter on 9 lives. If you have 9 counters on it, then you lose the game. Or if 9 lives leaves the battlefield. So the way we're able to do this is this shuts off the counters, and then we effectively have a lock. So the deck itself is kind of a control-y style deck to try, and we want to try to get the lockout as early as possible. We have 8 pieces of ramp in Guardian Idol and Mindstone. This allows us multiple ways to turn 3 Wrath the board. We have Clarions as well as Wrath of Gods. Cleans up your opponent's board. And then we have Idyllic Tutor, which allows us to search for a library for an enchantment and put it in our hand. So it's basically a tutor for any enchantment. So besides the combo, we have a toolbox of cards. We have Authority of the Consuls, very good against goblins, Neostorm, mono red, really just anything with haste. We can tap them down. We have Rest in Peace for any sort of graveyard style deck. A couple Banishing Lights, as well as Ixalan's Binding as targeted removal. And then kind of the ways we win the game, because we could lock them out, but we do need to win the game. We have Kahira, which we can get from our Companion Zone if we want to do beats. We have Chandra, 4 mana, so you can emblem it or just deal damage. It's also just removal. And then you have the uptick on 6 mana Chandra to deal some more damage that way. We also are playing 4 Miria's Calls, and then a couple Castle Arden Veils. Mana base wise, pretty straightforward. You have your Pathways, your Sacred Foundries, Temple of Triumphs as a Scryland. This has for the most part been enough red sources for us to play on curve. We could, I just don't want too many come into play tap lands. If it does come up, we can play 1 or 2 Clifftop Retreats instead of like the Temple, but the Scry has been good. And then 1 Arch of Araska just as a way for us to draw cards. There's a sideboard for this deck, but I've been playing best of one. Just because a lot of times your opponents don't have removal for the, like they don't really play enchantment removal main. So we'll fire this up. As always, if you do enjoy the content, if you can, you're catching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to know when we go live on Twitch, you can always hit that follow button. These are all free and easy ways to help out the channel. We'll get started and go on this one. So we have the combo in hand, so we keep. Potential turn 3 lock. Okay, well, you love to see it. Here I think we go red here. This can allow me to play Solemnity and then play 9 lives right after. Okay. Funnily enough, Solemnity means this can't get counters on it. There's a lot of like incidental cases this has come up. It's shut off all the sagas. They can't put counters on them. Turns off Blast Zone, so they can't blow up our enchantments. There's a lot of like fringe cases that it's actually really good. Oh, poor opponent. We hardly knew ya. All right. And that's good games. Nice and simple. Turn 4, combo. Kill him. We'll run some more with this. I've been having a ton of fun. It's just such a like interesting way, and it hits on an axis that your opponents aren't really expecting. I tried Croaky's mono white version, but I find the additions of Chandra's to be very powerful. I've oddly run into the mirror twice since playing, which is just very odd. Okay, well, again, we have the combo. Let's hope Chandra Sleeves is another mono red player. Okay, Gruul. So notably with Gruul, they do have Questing Beast, which can get around the damage prevention. So that's something we want to be mindful of. I'll go Solemnity first, so they can't put counters on these Pelt Collectors. I think we're okay with that. We just want something else. It'd be hilarious if they have like Yorvo here. Okay, so it is Gruulies. Okay, Clothis. So we can always exile the Clothis, but probably do that for like potentially Questing Beast. We need to get this Chandra going. Okay, so 1 QB. So that's the only downside. We need that red source. Let's just wipe the board here. We have another answer in hand for a second Questing Beast. I'd imagine they'd only be playing 2 to 3. We do need to find a way to... Ah, where's our red sources? It's probably Collected Company. Like this could be Bone Crusher, but it's fine. Oh, they just don't have anything. Okay, that's fine. I don't want him to get cards off the top of my library, so I think we just do that. That's fine. Just play these out now. Just need that red source. Red source, we get Chandra going. We have Banishing Light as well. One thing when you're playing this deck to be mindful of, if you don't have Solemnity, you can stack the triggers and put upwards of 9 on each, so you can split between them. That came up in one game that was relevant. Okay. Not a white source, but getting some angels is nice here. We can start beating into our opponent. BTE. None of this matters. The only thing we care about is Questing Beast. They can't get counters. Okay, so they learnt. Okay, Clarion's nice here, gains us some life as well. We do need to insulate, and that's a good way to clear their board here. We could have also attacked with this. Okay, so maybe we add just one more red source. Let's go cliff top. Run it through. Sorry, my dog's barking outside. She wants to come into the room. Let's go, Cal Kush. It's 2 games in a row we've had turn 4 lock. Not quite, but a pretty solid hand nonetheless. Scry on 1, idle. We can do turn 3 Wrath if needed. You usually want to do Guardian Idol on 2. Okay, another mono redder. I actually think against this deck having 2 board wipes is good. Being on the play this game would have been best, but beggars can't be choosers. Whirly Boy hit us for 3 here. Okay, so if I do this, I can do that. And then Clarion here. So we can get Tutor for next turn. Oh yeah. So do this, get 9 lives. They need to do 9 instances of damage to us next turn. There's a potential they can deal 9, like 14 damage potentially, but okay. Now we got him. And then we just go get Solemnity. And then we make the mono red player cry. Well, look at that. 3-0. Nice and easy. 99%. See how high we can get today. This deck is sweet. Really, the only game I lost, it was because I got stuck on 3 lines. Okay, well, we have turn 5 combo. We do not need any more lives. That I can assure you of. BTE and Robber. Okay, so that's a land off the top. So I'm actually going to get Solemnity first because I'm worried about 9 lives, them being able to deal enough damage to us. So I'll go Solemnity this turn. They shouldn't be able to kill us. Can they kill us next turn? Okay, so then I guess we have to do this. Because if they Questing Beast, that's 6-10. If they Ember Cleave, it's 6. I think it's probably safer just this way. We're not out of the woods yet. We can die to Questing Beast. Zerta, that's fine. I'd actually really like a... Ooh, Authority of the Consuls is very good for us. This means I don't get hit by a hasty questing beast, and then I can Ixalan's binding it. So now we should have the lock. Ooh, that was actually very good. Because damage can't be prevented that way. Okay, I see you, opponent. You're beating me in ways I wasn't expecting. So Gruul's not an auto win. Another 9 lives here doesn't make too much of a difference. Ah, they just had... Yeah. We needed a sweeper. Winning streak. So that's one thing we need to be mindful. Gruul could be pretty quick on us. And then if we had a sweeper, that kind of forces them to play to the board, but they were able to get in there for like 10 damage. Which was too much at that point. Okay, so Luris is going to be Auras most likely. So this Chandra hand's probably too slow, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay, we'll keep this hand. I actually think we get rid of this. Hope we hit a land. I like the 2 removal sources here. Ooh, that's worse. It could still be Auras, but this might be just Pyromancer. 6 drop is not what we want here. Rakdos Pyromancer is probably a lot worse. Now we do have Rest in Peace in the deck, so we can tutor for it. Oh no, this is Rogues. Okay, so Rogues is not the worst matchup. They do have some counters. Okay, so they take our early ramp, but we're professionals. Draw another one. I do need a land here. Are you kidding me? Triple Thoughtseize hand? This is the variance of best of one. Opponent literally gets 3 Thoughtseizes. This also kind of keeps Drown on the lock on. We just go Kahira. They've done 6 points of damage to themselves. If they want to use a removal spell here. Okay, Luris to hand. Play out another one here. If they want to counter this, saves us one of our effects. Ixalan's binding this isn't necessarily the best, but we'll do it in a pinch. Okay, so they counter there. The nice thing is if we ever get to the mana to this Chandra, it's uncounterable. I'll probably trade with their Luris if in combat if they want. Luris. Like I said, they could have a counter here. We want to force it out. Okay, that's 2 Drown in the locks, notably. We have this Wrath if needed. Thirst. Kind of like doing this. See if we can bait it out. Okay. Just have not been hitting lands this game. Okay, that's a bit scary. If we can get this down next turn, then Dimir can't beat us. They can mill us, which is something. Okay. They're going to attack, force us to mill. So it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna get Rest in Peace next turn if not. Because there's no damage. Rest in Peace will shut off the graveyard interaction. Okay, that's fine. Kind of surprised they did that. You usually want them to search and then you counter the spell because it takes one more card out of our library if they're going to try to mill us for the win. Okay, not Lions. So I think what we do here, do this. I'm just going to kill this. This is forcing us to mill. So now they're kind of just spinning their tires. They can do this to draw a card. Okay, perfect. Just gonna start putting the counter up on them. They could have like Blood Chief's Thirst. They're on Luris, so they don't have Brazen Borrower. This shuts off the counters from Una's Blackguard. Yeah, buddy. Victory! So really the only deck main board, so Gruul can beat us through the damage prevention, and then heavy counterspell decks, blue-white control can be a bit of an issue, and then the colorless control deck would probably absolutely wreck us, just being able to go into Ugin. There is the enchantment that you name a card and then they can't cast anything with that name, but I found it kind of situational. Gideon's Triumph. Okay, they're on Kahira, so this could be the mirror. This could be blue-white control. With Chandra against control, I'm probably fine. I think in any case, I'm okay. The mirror, you pretty much just want to get your Chandra emblems going. Guardian Idol is actually really good in this matchup if it's the mirror. Yeah. So this is Croaky's Mono White. Makivo, thank you for the sub. Appreciate the support. How's it going? Okay. So they got Solemnity. So I can go 9 lives here. What are you playing in Platinum? Okay, they have double Salinity. They put Kahira in hand. Let's get the Chandra train going. They get these Guardian Idols going and Kahira. Okay, so we drew the Ixalan's Binding. So I can Binding a Salinity, because that's another way to win. I can make a token. Here's probably just... I could get rid of a Guardian Idol. Actually, let's just do this. Just do this for now. Because I want to keep this for Banishing Light. They can attack in with these idols, but I just want to get the Chandra as big as possible. Okay, perfect. So they do this on Chandra.
I can always do better next time.
Now I can do Ixalan's Binding on the Banishing Light. This does literal nothing other than tap their mana. This is probably even better. Because they're going to be playing 2 Banishing Lights. So it's probably fine. We just do Chandra here.
I'm Chandra, the immolation sensation. Is it just me, or is it getting a little warm in here?
So they need to find their 9 lives. They're digging. I think what we do here is just do Kahira. Gives me a blocker. That'll put to 5, and then I can put a 6th Mind Stone. They're just going to cycle this. Okay, so that's going to get them their 9 lives. They tapped wrong. So we actually need to try to kill them this turn. So we're actually 1 mana short, which is kind of annoying. So here... Oh, you know what? I screwed up. I could have activated. No, I was a mana short. So this turn... You just go 9 lives, 9 lives. Probably. And then just drag it out with them. They have 3 Solemnities. The thing is, they can't actually win the game. So if I already used a Banishing Light, I have 1 more Banishing Light. They have 3 Solemnities, so I can't take that off the table. So it's just going to be a game of going to cards, where we're ahead by 3 cards. So we just don't draw cards for the rest of the game. Here... I think we get one of our own Solemnities just to hedge around anything blowing up on their end. 42 to 40. That's fine. So this is just going to be a long one now, unfortunately. We are 1 mana short of being able to kill him that turn. So this doesn't actually do anything versus us. Oh, this turns off our vigilance. Oops, I shouldn't have attacked. That's fine. You got me, opponent. So we're going to see how many high scores we can get with this. Okay, that's actually worse for them because it draws them out faster. Killing this with that doesn't make sense either. So we're just going to take our time here. They draw 2 a turn. It's a 19 turn clock. The nice thing is these are hexproof. How are we doing today, chat? Opponent sees the writing on the wall. Thankfully, it didn't make us play 19 more turns. Nice win there. Let's see what we're at with this one. 10 and 2 so far. Pretty sweet. Combo in hand. Opponent's on Luris. Let's go. This is auras. Auras shouldn't be able to kill us by the next turn. Okay, so they could have Thoughtseize. We have some redundancy. So I'm doing this because they're not like Gruul that can go wide. Draw some cards. So do this. Do this. Give them a good game. Have them attack, realize they don't do damage, and then concede. I love this deck, it's so much fun. Into the numbers! We're making a run for it. I started today at like 93% with this deck. So Gruul's the only deck that can actually do stuff to us. Miss Pepsi. Pepis? Not Pepsi. Okay, opponent goes first. This hand is pretty poops, so let's mulligan. Okay, half the combo in place. I think we do... The thing is, like, intrinsically banishing light's just better. Okay, so the one good thing is we drew this, and this is Neostorm. Especially since they could potentially combo us next turn. We're too slow though, just being on the play here. If they had turn 4, but turn 3 is going to get us. I guess I could draw Clarion. That's my out. This matchup's pretty tough. So we need Clarion. 6% chance. If we draw Clarion, we win. Opponent's hand, turn 3 on the play. Because the problem is they're going to have enough here. Nope. They get 2 combat steps. Alright. Can't win them all. Had we been on the play, maybe got there, but that's probably the best kind of opener we could have had outside of Clarion there, just to wipe it up. I think this version that's playing Paradise Druid is probably the best because it gives you a hexproofer. Let's go. Luris. Combo is pretty much in hand. Got Idyllic Tutor, so turn 5. Let's just go Oris. Okay. We're actually going to get Rest in Peace. I think. Or do we just go for it? Maybe we just go for it. Dread Horde. I think we do this. I Banishing Light next turn and then try to do it in the same turn. Okay, they have Village Rites. Okay, so I actually think... Because Village Rites could put Thoughtseize in there. So we probably wipe the board. Damn it, they got Thoughtseize. Okay, so they break up the combo. They're gonna double Thoughtseize me here. We can be pros and just draw it off the top. Damn it. So that's probably Village Rites that they have. Which is probably still fine. I want to keep them off this Dreadhorde Arcanist. We probably hold the land now, in case they have Kroxa. I really need Rest in Peace. got quite a few shots. Maybe I keep that land instead because it can draw me, like I win that turn. But this gives me a way to at least kill Kroxa the next time it comes down. Or they do that. Kinda sucks. I'm doing this just because if we draw a red source, I can Chandra. Peasy, peasy, peasy. They can give it... No, they don't have the mana. If they did, they would have done Kroxa. 9 lives. We need a 9 lives. 9 lives, 9 lives.
Anyone who stands in my way is getting sizzled.
Their life's pretty low. So we can do this. This is also a distraction. We got a couple just like auto kind of wrecks them. Okay, they go shock.
Reaching my boiling
Interesting to see shock in these lists. You don't see that too often. Notably, these are elementals, so it's -3, does not kill these tokens. They can go claim to make this 5. Try to get me that way. Okay. So we're not out of the woods. We do need something else because our clock's not the fastest. So we have Kroxa. Kind of worried if they have like claim. So I think we just do this. Playing out the lands is fine. They do need to attack with all into Chandra. So I should be okay this turn, depending on how they split up this Fame if they go that route. But at the very least, I can get young Pyromancer off the battlefield. I'm 1 mana short of doing a double block. But this has been 2 turns now that their focus has been solely on getting Chandra off the battlefield. Okay, so this is going to be Kroxa. Nine lives. Idyllic Tutor. Okay, that's fine. Sweeper would be nice, Wrath of God, anything like that. We're probably seeing Kroxa this turn. They have 3 more turns to kill us. We can block them a bit, which is nice. Make another token, block 2 of these. Does this give trample? It does not. So we have 13% chance of just beating them by having the lock. Really surprised they're not just attacking in, getting chip damage. Vanishing Light's actually not terrible versus Kroxa. Or do we just dig deeper? Vanishing Light gives me another blocker. I think we keep that. Because this emblem's probably what's going to just win us the game here. It's unfortunate we couldn't have snuck one more in there. That's fine. They could have probably had us dead if they were just more aggressive. I think they're being too passive this game. So that's good because that means they don't have village rights. Take that out of the way. And the nice thing is this Luris is the only real way they have to gain life. Okay. That should be GG's. So not quite the lock, but just enough to squeeze by. Oh, that saves them for the turn. But we'll double block into this. Just take the lifelink off the table. Perfect. Now we lock it up. Rakdos does not have a way to beat this. So they would have come close there actually because they would have hit us for 5. Can't sneak back into the numbers now. Taking that loss kind of hurt the Neostorm. Let's go one more. See how this one goes. I'm really enjoying this deck though. Alright, let's see if this can get us back into numbers. Combo in hand. So we're actually going to play this out first. Change of plans. We're going to play this out first. Then we're going to go... Okay, that's fine. I actually don't care particularly about the ramp right now because I'm going to be doing 2 turns anyways. But this can protect me with some like life gain. Probably this is the safest. I don't know if they're playing Thoughtseize, and that's kind of my inclination as to not wait. Like this takes them off the board, and now they're basically dead.